Welcome to Heathen's Garage. We're going to try and go racing tomorrow. And the Jeep is not ready to go. What do we actually have to get done tonight? Well, if you guys remember this list, this is our Miles of Mayhem. Need to get all this stuff done before Miles of Mayhem. It's very long and has lots of things on it. So what we're going to do is we'll just go like that, see? And now we'll make a new list that's much shorter and applicable to tomorrow's race, which is a street legal. And we need the bare minimals. Fix, exhaust, check fluid, figure out, data record, check loose front end, swap tires, wash. I think that's it for the most part. It's quite a bit given the fact that it's 9 o'clock on a Thursday night and I have to work all day tomorrow, but we're going to give it a go anyways. This is going to be really hard for you guys to see what we're doing here, but we've added this hanger to support this because there was nothing there before. And the aluminum hanger that used to run from here up to here, we've gotten rid of because with the addition of this one, we won't need it. And now we're just going to throw a gasket in here and a gasket in here, and that will take care of the exhaust part for now. While we've got this exhaust loose, we're going to pop this wastegate apart and swap the spring. Because if you'll remember from our test drive, we only had 3 psi boost. And what a wastegate does is control that boost level. So if we put a stiffer spring in, we get more boost. Or if we put more springs in, we get more boost. And we want more boost because more boost means more power. So this is our wastegate deal. The exhaust gas comes through here and into there, and it pushes against the thing. And that thing can't move because this spring is holding it closed. This part has boost in it, and when the boost builds up, then it'll push on here and it'll go whoosh, and it opens up and then dumps everything out, and then you lose all your boost. Now they come with different size springs. See, this is the one that was in it. We're gonna put the biggest one in because that's, well, probably more than 3 pounds of boost. That sounds good to me. We don't know what it is for sure, but we'll just try it and see what happens. Now the flange here has a seal in it that's new and tight. The V-band does not have a seal because I don't know if it didn't come with one or I lost it, but it's got silicone now. Theoretically, it shouldn't need much of one anyways. And we added a bracket down here to secure the whole works up, so that's pretty mint. After we got the wastegate and stuff put back together, I elected to move on to running some exhaust, which was not on my list, nor was it very important, but on the plus side, I didn't do a very good job either, so there's all that to be looking forward to. It's there, goes up and then out. It's hanging a little lower at the front than the back, but that's only because my pipe was too long at the front and it seemed hard to shorten it right now, so that's like a future Heathen problem. Then I remembered how loose the steering was and I gave the shaft a wiggle, and well, it appears to be all in the box, and the box is brand new, so we're going to snug that up a little bit if we can. So through here, all this junk, oh boy, that's hard to see, isn't it? Possible. There's so many wires in this thing. So right here is where the steering shaft is. I don't know if you can see it moving. Probably not. Okay, see those shiny bolts? I should probably not be able to go like this with the steering shaft with my fingers on it. So we're just going to see if we can't snug that box up a little bit. To adjust that steering gear, I can't really show you what I'm doing because I can hardly see it, but I'll do my best. This is in line with the shaft right here, and this over here is the part that goes out to the wheels. And there's sort of engagement between this side and this side, and this side has a little adjuster right here. You can almost see it there. I could not find a spec for it, nor could I find a procedure for setting it appropriately. I also didn't look very hard. I went 2 turns in tighter, and we'll cross our fingers that that's good enough. At 2 turns in tighter, I'd say probably 70-80% of the play is gone. You don't want it all gone. That makes for a twitchy ride, but it was scary how little control I had, so we're going to hope that that's good now. And if it's not, we'll just tweak it one way to the other. With that, we're going to call this an evening. I'm going to get up early, and I'm going to drive this truck to work tomorrow. Got registration and insurance, and, you know, there's no place like the open road. Try it out. I think it's getting pretty late. See you in about a second. Good morning, fellow Jeep fans. The time currently starts at the 6, which gives us about, I don't know, half an hour before we need to leave for work, so we're going to try and wrap a couple things up before we get this thing out of the barn. We're going to slip underneath and have a look at the T-case and just make sure there's fluid in it, give all the U-joints a rattle. Maybe we'll check the rear diff fluid and the front diff fluid. Just sort of quick nut and bolt check underneath, and then I don't know what we'll do after that, but we'll probably have to leave for work shortly thereafter, so I'll bring you along in case it all goes horribly wrong, but hopefully it doesn't. Okay, well, we had a quick look underneath. There's nothing too concerning. There's a little bit of a transmission leak from one corner of the pan, but we'll deal with that a different day. A couple drips here and there aren't going to hurt us. Make sure that it's not bad enough that it's going to be a problem at the racetrack. Other than that, we're going to back this thing out. I realized it has no mirrors on it, and I do like having a mirror to drive with, so I'm going to try and figure out a way to rig that on there quick. I'll show you why it's a problem. See these big holes? Those aren't supposed to be there. It's supposed to look like this with the insert, see? And I don't have any of those, or anything like anything of those, so we're not sure what we're going to do exactly. We'll figure it out. So you now have the view from on top of Buddy Kyle's engine, because I thought that was funny. Hopefully, if we get the wheels straight, I can back out of here with no mirrors, with no guide, and not hit anything. Now that there's some exhaust on it, there's definitely a couple notable exhaust leaks that I'll like to get taken care of, but it's not going to stop us from getting to work. Alright. We're going to try and go to work. Key on. That's why the oil pressure gauge wasn't working. It's a cool feature, hey? I don't even need the key to make it run. Well, I got a passenger mirror. I don't know what to do about the driver's side yet. I'll get something better. I don't want to hack it up too bad. Definitely stinks and has lots of rattles. I forgot all about the transmission kit to make the vacuum modulator work. It was annoying before, now it's impossible. It doesn't know what it wants. I'm gonna have to get that kick down switch adjusted, or the vacuum modulator is a problem. Coolant temperature sitting at 177 for 2,000 RPM. 0 pounds of boost. Battery's charging. Everything looks okay. I think we got time to stop at Wendy's for breakfast, so that's pretty good. We made it to Wendy's anyways. Well, I'm gonna get some food and fill up with fuel, and then I'm gonna go to work, and I'll see you guys after work. Incidentally, I forgot to get gas and then ran out in the work parking lot, so that was embarrassing. Hey folks, it's after work now. We did about an hour-long mad thrash. And by we, I mean Buddy Kyle and myself. We got the Jeep onto its stickies, and I checked the fluids again, and threw the driver's side mirror on at work, and there are things happening at a rapid rate here. It's hard to keep track of. I'm leaving home now. The race is officially open in like 8 minutes. It's a 45-minute drive, so we're going to be a little late, which is totally fine. They don't close tech for quite a while, so I got to grab my helmet. I'm going to go meet Kyle, and then we're jumping on the road and we're going, and, you know, hopefully this thing's good. We're driving on the short stickies, because I don't really want to change them there, because that's a lot of work. So we're just going to drive on these and see how that acts. Folks, this is our drive all the way to Central Alberta Raceways, located in Rimbey, Alberta. It's what I consider my home racetrack. We're headed to an event called Street Legal Drags, which is presented by Sylvan Auto Parts, located in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. The goal of Street Legal Drags is for guys with street legal cars to go racing. There's not usually a great deal of structured competition. There's test and tune, and there's grudge matches. And we're going there for both. Things happened really fast when we got here. We ended up with, like, I got a pit crew and everything. I got, like, Max is here, and Buddy Kyle's here, and brother Steve is here, and his dear wife Nadge is here. It's a regular, like, you know, good time. Look it, they're here. Also, apparently Kyle is torquing my wheels for me because he was concerned about my safety. Turns out half of them are loose, so that's a good thing. Brother Steve is currently nursing his Jensen Interceptor, which we'll show you in a minute.
It's surging bad.
What's surging mean, Sam?
Running out of fuel. He had to let off halfway through. Probably around 9.4. We're here at Remby, so 8 miles.
That was pretty good, Sam. Wow, that's a two-step. We gotta get, like, ready to race. I need to run around and take some pictures of cars and, you know, do that stuff. We'll probably let this thing cool off a bit. She was hot on the highway, but very shortly thereafter, we're gonna take her down the track. Okay, folks, we're gonna go line up and see if we can't make a hit. Things happen pretty fast around here. There's just not a huge lineup. It's opening even, so there's also calling for rain all week, and you know, it's gorgeous out, but we're gonna go try and make a hit and just see how that goes. Definitely forgot to hit data logging. Slipped it into third, but it definitely made it down track, so you know, that's a big win. It's really sluggish off the line. I definitely forgot to tell it to log, so that's, now I have no data, but that's okay. Thank you. How'd we run? That's inside out. Okay, we ran a, not in, I don't know what we ran. We ran a 10-0, so it's exactly as fast as it was before it was turbocharged, which is not quite ideal. 76 miles an hour though, that's pretty cool. We had a 2.5 second 60-foot time. Oh my goodness. We got some things to adjust here. What's the status before? It's still slow?
7.7?
I got a slip that says 10-0 and 75 miles an hour. So, a 10-0 is exactly as fast as it was before it was turbocharged. So that's kind of, we're hoping for a little more. We're gonna go make another hit. Hopefully I'll remember to turn the data log on this time. And guess what? Old buddy Kyle brought his Avalanche today to get like a before shot before we put the 6-liter turbo in it. So we're gonna line up together, if they let us line up together. Now you'll see what this Jeep does against a modern, fully stock 5.3 Avalanche. Or maybe you won't. I'm not exactly sure why we're being held at the start line, but we are. We're gonna stand on the brakes and try and get on the converter this time. It's making good sounds, but I don't think it's very fast. But more importantly than that, we walked away from the bone stock Avalanche, so there's that. Thank you. How'd we run? Slower. We ran slower. And our 60-foot was worse. And it's hot. Alright. We're now going to race the faster car, which is Brother Steve. Now, the last time I raced Brother Steve was in the old Turbo Dakota. And like, we put him right away, but I don't know if that's going to happen this time.
Next run will be Brother Steve.
Boy, is it a dog. Off the line. I even tried to tree him and I red lit, so that was disappointing. Can you believe that? A red lit? I can believe that. I left on second yellow. Thank you, sir. Yep. Well, we badly red lit, and we ran a 10-0 again. That's 78 miles an hour. $78 miles an hour is pretty good. 10 flat is not pretty good. How'd you make out, Sam? Did your dad win? Did your dad win?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So basically what we've learned is it's no faster with 3 pounds of boost than it was naturally aspirated. For some reason or another. We're not sure why yet. But we'll sort it out when we look at the data log, which I forgot to record again. Man. Like, the mile an hour is all there, but
yeah, you got
boy,
lots of mile an hour, but there's a little bit of turbo lag, it seems like.
well, and no converter. And no horsepower. Like it's
oh, it's like a stock turbo.
It's like 1200 RPM, and like it's got one of those Holly or comp thumper cams.
Oh yeah.
So it makes no power like anywhere realistically, but it really doesn't make power below 3000 RPM. Yeah. That sums up our race night, folks. It's the sun is setting, and you know, we got a drive ahead of us because we're in the most unreliable car ever, potentially. That's not fair to say. It's never let me down. But anyways, we got an hour-long drive ahead of us, or 45 minutes anyways, so we're going to start heading home and, you know, hope we make it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Heathen's Garage. Bye.